For those that don't know who Steven Anderson, and I realize there are many people in our church that have no idea who he is. He's a preacher out in Arizona, and 4 of his adult children recently came out saying that he whipped them with extension cords and whipped his wife with extension cords. And he throws them around and hits their head on cabinets and all sorts of just bizarre, ungodly treatment. And I bring it up because there are some people in our church that do know who Steven Anderson is, and he's right on some doctrine, but he's wrong in this. Peter Ruckman was right on some doctrine and very smart about studying the Bible, but he's wrong on this. John Calvin was right on some biblical doctrine, but very wrong in how you handle people, and he murdered Bible believers because they believed in a believer's baptism. John Calvin was just as much of a heretic and a narcissist. Well, these guys are giving the name of Jesus. They're just taking it and dragging it through mud. Doesn't Hebrews talk about that? An open shame. When the God haters in this world can point and say, see, Christians are that way. And it hits home with me when somebody's like, see, Baptist or Independent Baptist or those that hold to the fundamentals. See, they're all that way. No, they're not all that way. Let me tell you, I know 50 other pastors that you'll never see them in lights, and they've been faithful men for years and years and years and years, and you'll never know their name. But when we see them in heaven, we'll see how God rewards them. We need to be more like them, humble, not lifting ourselves up. Steven Anderson, I did a whole series against him years ago, but not by name. I never used his name. It was preaching about King Saul. Steven Anderson says, I'm like King David, and my children are wicked, and he's preaching against his own children. No, Steven Anderson is King Saul. He is a narcissist that's trying to kill his own children, kill David, hurting people that love him. I preached a whole sermon series about King Saul and spiritual narcissism several years ago about that man and some of the problems that he has. You know, in the Bible, there was only one narcissistic person that was able to turn it around. Does anybody know who it was? King Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a narcissist also. How did he turn it around? Oh, that's right. God intervened and he made him crazy for 7 years, right? Yeah, crazy like an animal. So, you know, God intervened and he turned it around. Can a narcissist fix himself? I don't know. Peter Ruckman's dead. Michael Pearl, he's still alive. I don't think he's saved. He does preach a false gospel. He attacks the deity of Christ in the Bible and several other topics. But he can turn it around. Steven Anderson's still alive and he preaches the right gospel and he uses the right Bible. He can turn it around. Wouldn't it be a blessing if Steven Anderson repented and publicly healed his family? Look, guys, I'm not qualified to pastor. I'm an angry man. I can't control. I'm a striker. My children are not in order. They're unruly and riotous. I'm going to step down from the church, let somebody else teach. I'm going to worry about my family. I'm going to fix my family. I'm going to love them. I'm going to restore my relationships. Wouldn't it be an awesome testimony if you saw Steven Anderson on the news one day and somebody's like, but you were that guy that did this. And you say, yeah, that was me, and I'm ashamed. But let me tell you about Jesus, that he does things right.